Hey everyone, welcome to their top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 favorite MGM movies. Yes, MGM has been a film studio that has been existing since almost the time of cinema. Like my grandparents, great-grandparents, everyone's been watching films that are made by MGM, and they're still popping out quality films. Well, sort of, but still. MGM, love MGM, and I'm wearing my shirt to celebrate MGM and give my top 10 personal favorite movies that are made by MGM Studios. So yeah, let's get to it. And as always, for a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Skyfall, GoldenEye, License to Kill, Gone with the Wind, The Dirty Dozen, Get Shorty, Cat on the Hot Tin Roof, Logan's Run, Poltergeist, and American in Paris. Great films, just commit the top 10 list. But my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is A Star is Born. Yes. Last year's A Star is Born was my favorite film of last year, and I freaking love it. I've seen this movie about 3 times now, and it still holds up. It's better than all the versions of A Star is Born. The 30s version, the 50s version, 70s version, like, all are great. But, I don't know, something about this one is just so great and just so emotional. I have such a connection with these characters. Bradley Cooper's amazing, his direction's amazing, his chemistry with Lady Gaga is uncanny, it's just amazing. Gaga is amazing, the songs are beautiful, the story's beautiful, it's tragic, it's deep, it's poetic. Absolutely love everything about A Star is Born, so good. Coming in number 9 is North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. Too bad Hitchcock didn't do a lot of MGM films, but North by Northwest, one of my favorite Hitchcock films. Love Cary Grant, love Hitchcock, love good action scenes. That's what this is. This is one of like the big action movies in actually the 50s. Like this came out in 1959, and we didn't get a lot of action films because James Bond kind of like created the cool action films. And this one had some pretty cool scenes, like the airplane scene and everything. And most of the movie does take place on a train, which is great. With him and Eva Marie Saint, also who's great in this film. It's got a lot of good comedy, a lot of good tension, just really good direction, good execution. Cary Grant can just hold the film all on his own, and yeah, this movie just showcases that. Just love North by Northwest. Coming in number 8 is the Rocky movies. I'm just going with all of them. Like, I think some of them, not every one of them was MGM, but pretty much most of them. I love the Rocky films, even the Creed films. I love this franchise and just love everything about it. Love what Stallone did, how he wrote a lot of them, directed a lot of them, starred in a lot of them. Just such great underdog boxing films, and just every one of them has their style and uniqueness and just this creativeness with it. Other than Rocky 5, I love every single one of them, so yeah, great franchise. Coming in number 7 is Casino Royale, my favorite James Bond film of all time. I've been watching a lot of the James Bond films lately in the past couple weeks, and this one still is the best. Martin Campbell did such a good job. Daniel Craig is easily one of the best Bonds. Eva Green is probably the best Bond girl. She's the only one that actually got like James Bond to quit the service. And then she just like stabs him in the back like that. How dare you do that? I love Matt Mikkelsen as the villain. What's his name? Lashif or something? He's really good. All the scenes in the casino is really great. I love how the movie starts off as an action movie, then it turns into a casino movie, then it turns into like a dramatic thriller / romance movie. I really love that they play with genres in each act of the film. Just really good tension. Judi Dench is back as M. She's always great as usual, and just yeah, I love Casino Royale. I love everything about this movie. Coming number 6 is The Wizard of Oz. Yes, we're off to see The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Just so good. This is childhood right here. This is one of my favorite musicals because, again, it's childhood. I grew up with this movie. I love even some of the sequels, like Return to Oz is a weird movie, but it's kind of cool. And I loved Wicked. The play was so great. And even Oz the Great and Powerful, as dumb as stupid as that movie was, there's some cool things in it. Just, I love going back to the world of Oz and seeing these people and these characters and just... I love The Wizard of Oz. I love its practical effects, its timeless songs, its beautiful story, great message, just everything about it. How they did the black and white with the color, amazing, beautiful, just so good. Coming number 5 is Singin' in the Rain. Just singing in the rain, what a glorious day. Singing in the rain, good morning, good morning. Yes, I'll stop singing, sorry. Gene Kelly, amazing. One of the greatest singers / dancers in the 1950s cinema. So good, so beautiful. The way he directed this film, the way he started this film is so good. The dance numbers are great, the comedy is great, the characters are great. I love that it's about music, love that it's about films, just love everything about it. Singin' in the Rain, one of the greatest musicals of all time. Coming number 4 is Network. I put Network on here because I just watched this movie on TCM just a few weeks ago, and I'm blown away every time I watch it. I only watch this movie once every few years, and it floors me every time. It's still to this day very socially relevant. It's got great story. It's got great dialogue, great writing. Faye Dunaway is brilliant in this film. And Peter Finch is so good. Just like, I love his speeches in this film, and just the way they talk about the media and politics and how the media controls everything. It's just such a cool story. It's so great. It's so true. How the media can control people, what they think and what they say, and just because the media says it, people think it's right and assume it's right. You know, there's different sides to each story, but the media said so. Like, that has to be true. And just, like, I love how the network tackles all this stuff, and it's a great film that came out in 1976. And for a film that came out in 1976, and the fact that it's so relevant still to this day, just makes it so impactful, so deep, and so great, and so thought-provoking, and just, Network, truly a magnificent film. Coming number 3 is a definition of an epic. That's Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur came out in the 1950s, late 1950s. It was a remake of a silent film, which was great, but this one, William Wyler directed, how he directed this film was brilliant. The chariot scenes are amazing, spectacular. Charlton Heston as Judah Ben-Hur is probably one of his best performances. Yes, even better than Moses in Ten Commandments. I think he's brilliant in this film. Brilliant. I love the story. It doesn't overstay its welcome, even though it's a 3.5-hour film. It's got great makeup, great costumes, great production, beautiful cinematography, great lighting. The chariot racing scene is one of the most iconic scenes in all of cinema. This is a definition of an epic and a sheer scope and size film, and just how big and grand and beautiful this film is. Just love everything about it. Coming number 2, I thought I should go with a horror film. That's The Haunting, the original Haunting. I love everything. I love spooky movies. Spooky movies are they're more interesting than scary. I love atmospheric and deep and psychological films. That's why I love, like, A Rare Window and stuff. This one's more like about these people, and they go to this house, and they all have, like, insomnia, and they don't know, like, what they're seeing is real ghosts, or if it's all psychological, because they're really insomniac, and they just think maybe they're hallucinating and everything, but it also dives into the psyche of the main character, and just what she's going through, and her past and everything, and how this movie ends, just, like, really screws with you. This movie has a lot of tension, a lot of great slow-moving atmospheric scenes, and it really builds on the scares and the spookiness and eeriness of this film, and it still holds up to this day, and I hate that they remade it in 1999 with that stupid CGI fucking horror film with Liam Neeson. Stupid movie. This one, though, classic. And my number 1 favorite movie made by MGM is easily 2001: Space Odyssey. This is one of my favorite science fiction films of all time. It's a sci-fi masterpiece. What Stanley Kubrick did with this movie was beautiful, amazing. It's still ahead of its time with its technology and its visual effects. This didn't happen really in 2001, but it still was a cool idea, a very unique idea. I hate that they made a sequel to it, but it's still really great. It's probably one of the most deep and thought-provoking and profound films I've ever watched, and I still love it. And yeah, HAL 9000 still scares me. That's my top 10 favorite MGM films, in my opinion. So in the comment section, please tell me what is your favorite movies, or top 10 favorite movies that was made by MGM Studios. Give me your thoughts and opinions, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.